Today, I'm going to tell you about a revolution of communication, a scientific revolution of observation. With this revolution, we become the dog's best friend, and we start to truly see dogs as they deserve to be seen, as our best friends. You will see how dog training can improve your own relationships, and not just with dogs. We already have the tools and the knowledge, and it's happening all over the world. So picture this. You come home after a long day at work, an annoying boss, a never-ending traffic jam, and as you reach your home, your sanctuary, you open the door, and instead of getting that moment of peace and quiet, your dog attacks you at the doorway, jumping on you, barking and bouncing and loving you to death. Not a fun way to be greeted, right? So how do we react? Do we get mad, yell, raise a knee? And us reacting the way that we do, out of impatience, anger, or misconception, is only understandable. Misconception, because most of the world sees a dog's unwanted behaviors as dominance-based behaviors, power struggles, where dogs try to take charge and boss us around. Out of this misinterpretation of dogs' behavior, we, dog lovers, were convinced our relationship with our dogs is based on a power struggle, and that for the sake of our dogs, we should win this battle, assertively handling our best friends. We had to punish them, to subdue them, yell at them, even hurt them in the name of training. Pele, come. שבי, ההרצאה. טובה. טובה. This is Pele. Her name means wonder. And even though she is a wonder dog, even Pele had to be taught there is a better way of showing and getting affection than jumping on me. I like that she's excited to see me, but I don't like to be attacked, even if it is out of love. So she was taught that the best way to get the attention she wants is to come and sit in front of me and wait. And she also learned that the attention is worth the wait. Pele, tova. Tova. The point is we should all know better. Science has proven it to us decades ago. Dogs are not dominance-driven creatures. So why do we keep training them as if they are? Yet some of us don't appreciate dog hair on our couch and want the dog not to sit on it. We have to understand that when a dog sits on the couch, he does it not because it represents some ideal of control, some representation of dominance over our living room, but because it's the most comfortable place to lay in. I mean, that is why we bought the couch in the first place. So once we understand that, the dog only wants a nice, warm, cozy place to rest on next to us. Pele, lamakom. Tova. Then we can teach the dog and reinforce the dog, reward the dog for using that nice, warm, soft, cozy place to rest on next to us. Dogs should have rules and have boundaries, but how do we do it? There's a great example that dog behaviorist Kathy Sadeo uses to explain what usually happens when people try to set boundaries. Say you need to get somewhere. So you hail a taxi, you jump in, you close the door, you buckle up, and you tell the driver, don't take me to Tel Aviv, and also don't take me to Jerusalem, and don't take me to Haifa. Do you think the cab driver will have any idea where you want him to take you? Of course, the driver's obvious question would be, where do you want to go? And dogs are just like that. They want us to tell them what we want them to do. In fact, they're desperately waiting for our guidance. And it's so easy when we tell people what we want, and then we get what we want. People are no different. I have this friend, and I'm not going to mention names, but she had this boyfriend, And they were going out for about a year, and things were about to get serious. But the guy had this one trait that drove her mad. The guy possessed the incredible ability to completely ignore a messy house. I mean, piles of laundry everywhere, dishes in the sink overflowing, stuff on the table, the works. It drove her insane, and they used to fight about it all the time. And then, tired of fighting, she decided to try a different approach. Mine. So she started capturing behaviors she wanted him to keep. Small stuff at first. When he put his socks in the laundry basket. When he washed 1 cup. She rewarded those behaviors with things he liked. A hug, a movie, anything that made him happy. Gradually, the house got cleaner and less messy, which was great. But what was really amazing to her was the effect this had on their relationship. She started noticing the things he did right, and she found herself liking him more. Today, they're happily married. And our graduates of the Marker Training Institute here in Israel, led by Nova Kərmel, will testify the same thing. How learning to train dogs has completely changed their perspective. And not just in the dog training world, but everywhere. Their relationships with their partners, their parents, their neighbors, their children. They stopped looking for what everyone was doing wrong and started seeing the things that were right. And that's the trick, basically. Focusing on behavior you want to keep and encourage, and then helping your subject, whether it's a dog or a person or any living being, to learn to offer it. That's what the revolution is all about, helping them learn. Sounds simple in theory, right? But what about extreme cases? Let's get back to dogs. There's a common example that happens in many homes. Let's take a 10-month-old golden retriever mix, Kayla. Now, Kayla is your common house dog, happy for attention, loves to be petted, great with children. The problem with Kayla starts when there's food or bones around. Whenever anyone comes close to her and her bone, the dog tenses up and growls. According to what we were led to believe, in order to take charge of a growling dog and control the situation, we had to punish them every time such behavior occurred. We had to raise our voice. We had to yell, "Stop it, Kayla, bad dog!" But is Kayla a bad dog? The truth is, she is just a frightened dog, terrified of the possibility that someone might take her food or her bones away. In the past, we would have punished the growling, the symptom, really. But in marker training, we want to treat the cause of the problem, the emotion that is behind the behavior. If Kayla could speak our language, this would be easy. "Hey, Kayla, you have nothing to worry about. We're not going to take your stuff. Everything is okay." But she doesn't. So let's communicate with her in a way she will understand. Let's teach her she has nothing to fear. We'll use classical conditioning to teach Kayla that every time we come close to her and her bones, we give her good things. Good things happen, and we're not taking anything away. And soon, Kayla will start to look forward to us coming closer to her, and the growling will disappear. But most importantly, so will the fear. How easy it is when doing it right. It's so simple, without using force. It's such common sense. It's so obvious. So how come we still use force as a dog training method? The truth is a lack of knowledge and false beliefs about what truly motivates dogs. And this is what we're all here to change. The thing with dogs is that they learn all the time. They learn from us and about us. And if they show this amazing ability to learn, don't we owe it to them to take responsibility and teach them properly? Our revolution is ongoing. Dog lovers all over the world have found a better way, a way to establish constructive communication with our learner, to read their body language, relying on studies that help us to better understand dogs so we can help them to better understand us. And for those who found this way, the results are amazing. The dream of having a dog in our home stopped being a nightmare. No more having to be the ever-vigilant pack leader, forever engaged in a battle for control. It brought peace and love back into our homes, the way only dogs can. The revolution is going on as we speak. We have the tools and the knowledge. You can start doing this yourself, with your spouse, your dog, your child. Start small, and you will see big change happen. Our dogs deserve it, and so do we. Thank you.